What's good, you two? I'm about to tell y'all about how I just recently discovered peace, and I used to think that shit was fake for real. And honestly, it feels like a combination of a process of thought that you've overcome, and then also just being realistic and understanding like where you are today, right? And the best way I could describe peace, bro, is like how you feel when you're staring at the ocean, or like when you're staring at the sky, or you ever just seen like hella like stars, like, and it's just like, you feel me, that feeling of like calmness but like awe at the same time. I've recently felt that that's how peace feels to me when I'm just like quiet and silence, you know what I'm saying? Just like I can almost feel the air going from ear to like in one ear out the other ear, and it just feels like almost like kind of what you put your ear in a seashell type shit. You know how it's just like, that feels so peaceful. Like, I think for me, after spending so many years just consistently thinking of my life and like why things are the way they are and why do I feel about like certain things the way I do, why do I chase certain things, after a lot of like internal thinking and internal dialogue, you almost kind of run out of things to analyze because you start making better decisions as a whole. You feel me? So you don't have too much to recollect on. And then once you start doing things, like, and you know why, you know what I'm saying? You might know why you begin or start relationships, or you might know why this topic makes you feel a little bit more like aggressive, or you know what I'm saying? In the end of the day, everybody does things because of their life that it's like a, your character is a reaction to your life. Like, it's a response. Everything you do, everything you care about, every single fucking thing that like makes you mad or makes you sad, it's just a reaction to the life you've lived. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the more you understand that, and the more you think about that and understand yourself by just analyzing your actions, people's actions, just patterns in general, you start to understand why you might do things and what's the better choice that would make you feel like you did good by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That you did good in regards to doing what's best for you. You start to understand why you do those certain things, you make better decisions, and you have less to recollect on. And I feel like after you've done that, I think that's what peace is. Like, that's maybe how I acquired my pieces. I've reflected on so much shit that I know why I do stuff, and I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm proud of where I brought myself, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta remember like why you're even doing what you're doing, gang. And then once you understand that, you can just sit and you literally have nothing to think about. You feel me? Like, I'll sit in the silence and it's just like, damn, like I could really, it just feels like I'm looking at the ocean because my mind is so clear of shit. And what I've also discovered with like discovering peace, or feeling like this is what peace is to me, is that a lot of the like sufferings and like difficult negative shit is things we put onto ourselves, which are reactions because of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, your character is just a reaction to the life you've lived. So it's like the negative you feel, like the shit that's pulling you down that you feel, it's all fabricated because of your own perspective. And when you understand that, it's like you see why other people might do things and you get to understand them more, you know what I'm saying? And everything just makes sense, bro. And it's almost like if you can come to terms with who you are, what you do, and why you do the things you do, you know what I'm saying? And like come to terms with it, and become a better person with what you understand about yourself, you won't have much shit to think about, and you'll make better decisions, and peace will feel like you just have no thoughts to analyze. It feels like you could just sit there in silence and just fucking, I swear, bro, feel the wind going through your ears. Like, you don't feel shit. Like, if I just sit in silence and just shut the fuck up, it feels so peaceful. And it's so similar to like when you're staring at the ocean or staring at the stars, or like, you know what I'm saying, you're staring at the sunset. Like, that shit just feels mad peaceful. It feels like you're just in awe, and it's almost like when you become at peace, you feel kind of in awe of the fact that you're just here and that this is where everything is, and you understand why you do things. You know, you have an understanding of why people do shit. It's like that's what peace feels like. I think that's what peace is, and how you get peace is you need to analyze and understand yourself and become a version of yourself that you're happy with. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how hard it is, and then understand the longer you do this, the further you could look back and be grateful for where you've come. And then you don't really have shit to think about. You know why you do shit. You've learned from what you've done, and you've continued to do it for so long that you can just exist with yourself type shit, bro. And I think that's what peace is. The ability to just exist with yourself and not with these like pressures that we put onto ourselves because of the shit that we've lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might care about like money or validation a lot because you might have lacked that when you were younger. You feel me? And so you can imagine why other people might. And then if you know that's why you do it, but you understand like that's who you are as a person, like that's why these things are feel like pressures to you because of the life you've lived, you can kind of separate yourself from that and just be happy and just exist with your mind and be at peace and be like, oh, that's why I do that. Like, oh, that's why I did that. And that's why I emphasize too, is it doesn't really matter if you're a good or bad person, bro. As long as you're happy with yourself and what you do and you understand why you do it, as long as you don't go around here being like, I don't know why I do it, I just do it. You're closer to like finding who you are and accepting who you are and bettering it or worsening it, whichever the one fucking makes you feel happier, makes you feel more complete, makes you feel more fucking sane. You feel me? Once you get closer to understanding that, you can just exist with your body like as a fucking spectacle, you know what I'm saying? Because bro, we're in the flesh, bro. Like, we have all these memories in our head, bro. We have experiences inside of us, but at the end of the day, all of this shit is just, it's almost like exterior, and it's shit we put on ourselves, the good and the bad. But once you understand that, it's almost like you can just relax with your body and just, you feel me? Whatever you believe in, I believe in God, bro. So it's like, this is like, I could just chill with myself and God, and like, I'm a creation of God. And so it's like, it just feels so relaxing, bro. You just have no thoughts in your mind. And I think that's what peace is for me. And I'm just rambling and telling y'all stuff about my perspective, but I think I discovered peace recently, bro. And it's in this quiet when I'm not thinking of shit, because I have nothing to think about, because I've already spent so much time in understanding like myself and why I do things in the world outside of me. And I could just sit there because I've already thought of it all, and I understand everything. I understand myself. I understand why other people might do certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. I'm here, bro. I've been trying to be a version of myself that I'm happy with for as long as I've been alive. So I could just look back and be like, damn, we done came a long way, bro. And really just sit in silence and peace with my fucking skull and my fucking skin and shit. I just sit inside of my skull and feel my skin and my fucking blood and just feel everything. Like, just feel that I'm just here, and that everything that I've done or everything that I feel is shit that I'm putting on myself. You know what I'm saying? And like, I guess for some insight, this is like, I've taken like philosophy, bro. I be reading like shit on quotes and shit, bro. I be reading about fucking philosophers like randomly. It's like, ultimately, bro, peace is just like being enlightened. Like, it's having an understanding of what you're like, who you are, what you're doing here, why you do certain things, you know what I'm saying? And religion and like philosophy gives people a better way to understand that. But since the beginning of time, bro, philosophers have been trying to understand what the fuck is like this peace. What is it, like equilibrium? Like, what is the purpose of all this shit? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's kind of just formed my mind to think a certain way versus like me, not versus like in tune with me, like just consistently analyzing shit, because I just be doing that shit. You could say overthink, but it's like, you need to think about your life and why you do shit and why certain things might happen to you. And once you've thought enough, You start making a little better decisions. You start handling shit a little better. Feel me? And you know why you do shit. And you know whatever negative you feel is something you're putting on yourself. And if you step away from that, you can just be at peace. And just exist with yourself and just feel the fucking air go between your skull. Which it's after a lot of internal thinking and internal reflecting, bro. And that's what I think peace is. And I do think it exists. And I'm just finding out about this shit. And I'm trying to show y'all this shit. Because, shit, I ain't know this shit. I ain't think about shit like this before, gang. So, shit.